Pheochromocytoma. Hello, students. Today we will discuss an important and fascinating topic, pheochromocytoma. Let's start with the basics. Pheochromocytoma is a catecholamine-producing tumor that originates from chromaffin cells in the adrenal medulla. When these tumors develop outside the adrenal glands, specifically in the chromaffin cells of the autonomic ganglia, they are called paragangliomas. These tumors are known for secreting catecholamines like dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine, which lead to various clinical symptoms. Now let's dive into the causes. Pheochromocytomas arise from chromaffin cells, which are derived from the neural crest during embryonic development. These tumors typically affect adults between their 30s and 50s and are the most common tumor of the adrenal medulla in adults. Extra-adrenal pheochromocytomas, or paragangliomas, are also seen, with the organ of Zuckerkandl being the most common site. It's important to note that approximately 90% of these tumors are located in the adrenal medulla, while about 10% occur in the extra-adrenal sympathetic ganglia. Interestingly, around 25% of pheochromocytomas are hereditary and linked to syndromes like multiple endocrine neoplasia, types 2A and 2B, neurofibromatosis type 1, and von Hippel-Lindau disease. Thankfully, most of these tumors are benign, unilateral, and confined to the adrenal gland. Clinically, pheochromocytomas produce episodic symptoms due to the release of catecholamines mimicking the body's fight-or-flight response. These episodes often include headaches, excessive sweating or diaphoresis, palpitations, pallor, and severe hypertension. This characteristic symptomatology can be summarized by the mnemonic 5 Ps: pressure for elevated blood pressure, pain for severe headaches, pallor for pale skin, perspiration for excessive sweating, and palpitations for rapid heart rate. Among these, headaches are the most common symptom, while hypertension is the most frequent clinical manifestation, although it is not classified as a symptom itself. A helpful rule of thumb is the rule of tens, which reminds us that about 10% of pheochromocytomas are bilateral, 10% are malignant, 10% are familial or linked to syndromes, 10% are calcified, and 10% occur outside the adrenal glands. When examined under a microscope, pheochromocytomas reveal some unique histological features. The tumor consists of polygonal to spindle-shaped chromaffin cells, which are arranged in clusters called zellballen. These clusters are surrounded by a rich vascular network, and the nuclei of the cells show a distinct salt and pepper chromatin pattern. Diagnosing pheochromocytomas involves identifying elevated catecholamines or their metabolites in the body. Urine tests can detect high levels of vanillyl mandelic acid, or VMA, and homovanillic acid, or HVA, while plasma tests focus on free metanephrines. A 24-hour urine collection for fractionated metanephrines is another reliable diagnostic method. To confirm the location of the tumor, imaging studies are crucial. A CT scan of the abdomen with contrast is typically the initial modality of choice, while MRI is particularly useful for detecting metastatic disease. Complications of pheochromocytoma are often linked to hypertensive damage, affecting vital organs like the brain, heart, and kidneys. Severe cases may lead to strokes, arrhythmias, or even sudden death due to massive catecholamine surges. Now let's move on to treatment. For patients experiencing a hypertensive crisis, IV antihypertensives that target catecholamine excess are used. However, beta blockers should be avoided initially, as they can worsen hypertension unless an alpha-blockade is already established. Preoperatively, it's essential to control the patient's blood pressure and heart rate. This begins with an alpha-adrenergic blockade using medications like phenoxybenzamine or doxazosine. Once adequate alpha blockade is achieved, beta blockers such as metoprolol or propranolol can be added to manage tachycardia. Additionally, patients are advised to increase their sodium and fluid intake before surgery to prevent post-operative hypotension. The definitive treatment for pheochromocytoma is surgical removal of the tumor through adrenalectomy. With proper preoperative management and timely surgery, the prognosis for patients with pheochromocytoma is excellent. And that concludes our discussion on pheochromocytoma. Thank you. Stay tuned for more videos.